Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. The Toronto Raptors got a very nice win tonight against the Philadelphia 76ers. And just because of last season, well, actually, in general, because it's Philadelphia versus Toronto, big rivals, but especially because of the way the season ended last year, this one feels even better. Now, Toronto got started off really nice. Philadelphia had like 3 turnovers in the first 4 minutes. Pascal Siakam, 2 straight threes, gets it to what, like 9-3, makes that 3, looks right at the Philadelphia bench, and he's talking his game, right? He's talking his game, and from that moment, I mean, it just feels great. It just feels great. Let's be real here. Siakam also ties his career high tonight with 13 assists. You're 5. You're 5. You're center. You're 4-5. 13 assists. Gary Trent, 21 points in the second half. Scotty Roy is back. Feels great. They're still even shorthanded. That's what's actually the coolest about this. But it felt good to get some reinforcements tonight. You know, Scotty's back, Chris Boucher is back, some cats are back, which just kind of alleviates the pressure, alleviates the load for some of these starters especially. But you're still without Otto, right? You're still without Malachi. You're still without Thaddeus. I guess Juancho either. But point is this. The Raptors are so much deeper than last season when you lost to Philadelphia. And, you know, I thought it was even interesting, something I didn't even really piece together, I guess. You know, Siakam was missing for the first couple of weeks, the first 10 or so games last season for Toronto, and they still finished with 48 wins. And that team wasn't even, you know, they didn't have Thaddeus, they didn't have Otto. That team was thinner. That was like the thinnest the team was at the start of last season, and they still finished as the 5 seed. They still finished with 48 wins. Toronto, and I will give so much credit to Nick Nurse because he's one of the most underrated coaches in the entire NBA. He's one of the best coaches in the entire NBA. They have the best fourth quarter defense in the NBA right now. I know we're 5 games in. I know, you know, we haven't even been through 2 full weeks of NBA basketball, but coaching adjustments are what wins you championships. And I feel like a good comparison is Ty Lue. Like, these guys just make adjustments on the fly. It's something that most coaches don't do. They'll wait till the end of the game. All right, let's watch the film. You know, keep playing, stick to the game plan, keep playing, keep doing your thing, stick to what we focus on, stick to what we know is best. Not Nick Nurse, not the Toronto Raptors. They make those adjustments on the fly, and you're really seeing it, especially in the fourth quarter. I mean, the game ended 119-109. James Harden, it was not his night. They were doubling him. They were giving him help. Joel Embiid had like the most quiet 31 to me. I still don't think Joel Embiid is fully healthy, so I guess there is that. Tyrese Maxey, though, he also dropped 31 tonight. However, so many of his points were just kind of shots where I was like, whoa. Like, what? That was a bad shot, right? But he's so gifted, he's so talented offensively that's something you're just going to take. This is a improved Philadelphia 76er team, and I think it just gets me going. Like, you know, Toronto's sitting here still not fully healthy at 3-2. You're perfect on at home. You're 2-0 at home. You've played difficult teams like Miami, Cleveland, Brooklyn, Philadelphia. You're playing what could be argued a top 4, top 5 teams in your Eastern Conference. So I think for the start of the year, this one especially, this was just an extremely nice victory. Everybody got involved. Every single player got involved. It was pretty much, you know, you're still kind of dealing with a slimmer rotation. However, even off the bench, Chris Boucher contributed 13, Precious Achiuwa contributed 7. I don't even need to tell you. I mean, Precious Achiuwa, 7 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. He might not be the vocal point, according to the stat sheet. 1 of 3 from downtown as well. However, he had a team high plus 14 tonight. You know, we're seeing him act like a guard out there. The Miami Heat messed up, man. You know, the Miami Heat messed up. And as much love as I have for Kyle Lowry, it really seems like the Miami Heat messed that one up, right? So shout out Precious Achiuwa. If Precious is coming off of your bench, that's just awesome. once Thaddeus is back, I was going to say Thaddy Daddy. Once Thaddy Daddy is back, once Otto Porter Jr. makes his debut, hopefully Malachi Flynn, when he comes back from injury, hopefully he's that end of the rookie season Malachi Flynn that we all know and love. So this is one deep-ass team. But it's being led by Siakam. It's being led by Freddie V, Double V, and you have Scotty Roy right there with him. And you also have OG Anunoby. You also have Gary Trent Jr. I'm curious to hear if Raptors fans, I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say about trading OG Anunoby. I still don't really think that personally, for me, that's not what I'm looking to do. I'm not looking to trade OG Anunoby. However, I'm curious to hear what Raptors fans have to say. I would imagine at least 3 out of 4 people, at least 75% of people still want to hold on to OG because, you know, he's definitely one of those guys you want on a championship team. He's one of those reliable players when healthy, right? That's the biggest thing, but he's healthy right now. So makes a lot of great defensive moves, and you know, he can knock down his threes. He can score a little bit on offense. He can score a lot of it on offense, depending on the night. So I'm not looking to trade OG. I want to make that perfectly clear. But you know, you're led by Siakam and you're led by Freddie V. And for me, the big thing is, you know, Freddie, he played 39 minutes tonight. Now, I need Malachi to come onto the season just playing like a reliable backup point guard, because if not, I'm looking elsewhere. I have to figure something out, because as much as I love my boy from Rockford, same state as me, you know, 5 of 12 tonight, 2 of 5 from downtown, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 8 steals, 2 steals. That none of that made sense, I believe. 15 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks. There we go. He had just some great defensive stops at the end of the game. He had that block on Joel Embiid to essentially seal it. I mean, he is awesome. As awesome as he is, what's the most important thing is, to me, Toronto is very clearly, very evidently a playoff team, regardless of what happens. I feel like that was perfectly clear last season. He has to stay healthy. And, you know, I know you're without Malachi right now. I still think the guard depth is a little iffy. Not the most reliable guard depth. 39 minutes, I mean, you can't do that for all season, right? That's what happened last season, what happened at the end. The tail end of it, Freddie got hurt, and he just couldn't get healthy. The hamstring just came back to bite him. So that's a really important thing to me. Just like, I mean, Siakam, 38 minutes tonight. I guess it's a bigger game. These guys were the hot hands, obviously, and you're still missing Thaddeus Young. You're still missing Otto Porter Jr., so that's definitely going to help. You got Chris Boucher back. You got Scotty Barnes back. However, you know, 38 from Siakam, 39 to Freddie. It's something to monitor, because that is definitely not, regardless of your record, regardless of your seed, unless it's, you know, the second half of the season and you're trying to get into the playoffs, you're trying to get into the top 6, that's something I'm not trying to have again. I just am not trying to have it. I get it, though. Both of those two guys they're the bread and butter of this basketball team. You're the glue. So Siakam, I mean, he's playing at all NBA level right now. I cannot believe 20 points, 5 rebounds, 13 assists. I mean, this is something we talked about last year, because it was something I was really blown away by. Last year was my first year covering the Toronto Raptors, and I was blown away by Pascal Siakam's passing ability. And you're just seeing it even more on display this season. You're seeing it even more on display tonight. So it's good to get these cats back, but it's just, to me, it's something I'm keeping in the back of my head, right? I don't want the same thing happening last year, but I'm going to take this home win against Philadelphia, the team that knocked you out of the playoffs, any day of the week. I feel like they did such a good job guarding James Harden. You know, Joel, I guess he had 31, but I didn't really feel it. Didn't really feel that presence. Philly made good moves on paper, but let me tell you, so did Toronto. So that's it for today. Let me know what you guys thought about tonight's game. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for more Raptors content. I'll see you guys later.